Imagine, imagine being delusional and jealous over a few cast members. A few cast members as a bombshell. Hey guys, welcome. I'm back with another YouTube video. I think I've done at least 4 videos on Love Island. I don't know, I didn't count, but I've been doing a lot of videos on like Love Island USA. But today we gotta address the elephant in the room, which is why did I say typically? Which is Andrea. Honestly, I've been seeing a lot of TikToks about Andrea, and literally I unfollowed her because I thought she was like, this non-villain person out of the villa who just stayed to herself and left, and she's content with not being with Rob. But apparently I'm hearing that every single day she's on live talking mess about Joe, Kane, Serena, Janae, and I'm just kind of confused. Like, I don't know. Honestly, I don't really care about these unpopular opinions that I have about Andrea, but I've been reading a lot of TikToks about like Andrea and like just the way how she's been acting, and I was just like, let me just address it and like let me just put down my thoughts. I'm just like, I see all these TikToks about Andrea, and it just kind of switched. It kind of just switched my mind about Andrea so much. Like, just I have now so much different thoughts about Andrea, and it's very much giving pick me, and it's very much giving Sarah Ann. Like, I don't know. But honestly, the reason why I just say that like Andrea is giving me pick me, because I was like watching a clip from a podcast that the PPG girls had on the Love Island USA cast, and they were saying, and basically Leah was saying, oh no, it was some girl that made a TikTok, and she was saying that like Andrea at like the After Sun interviews, I think, or like the interview she had on the Love Island show, she was talking all this mess about Leah, how Leah is a mean girl, how Leah was basically mean to Liv, when I was citing Leah when Liv was coming at Leah. So really, Liv was the real villain there. And honestly, I don't know, like I just feel like that so basically this girl says on TikTok that the Andrea was going off on basically Leah in the interview, saying that how Leah just has a bad attitude, a huge attitude whatsoever, just saying all types of mean stuff on Andrea. And now I have a feeling that Andrea is going to be getting roasted in the interview simply because of the fact of how every single cast member has been throwing shade at her and has been clocking tea at her left and right. And like some girl on TikTok even said that she wouldn't even come to the reunion if she was Andrea. And now that I think about it, like in 24 hours of making this video, I think she's right, because it's like, if it was me, I'm getting tea clocked left and right from all of my cast members on a reality TV show. I'm not coming to reunion 2. I'm just like, I'm not going to take the heat of every person coming and arguing at me. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, Andrea, right now you should just stay home. But honestly, yeah, she was talking all this mess about Leah on like the podcast, and she didn't think, on like an interview, and she didn't think that like everyone liked Leah outside of the villa. And then when she came outside of the villa, she like saw like how famous Leah got or whatever like that. She saw how big and famous Leah got, and she was just so shocked, like she was so surprised. And then her whole demeanor changed from like, oh, I don't, Leah's a mean girl, to now, oh yeah, me and Leah are good now, when y'all really didn't really make up. And she basically just said, oh yeah, like me and Leah are good, yeah, like I didn't mean anything, no, like I'm sorry, yeah. So now she's all nice and sweet towards Leah once she sees how big Leah is and stuff like that. And now I go to say this is that some people literally will be jealous of you just because of accomplishments you see, but then they'll turn around and be fake to you when they see all your accomplishments. And it was just so interesting to me how like everybody was talking all this smoke for Leah, like just cast members. Even Kane was calling the smoke for Andrea. Even Kane was calling like Andrea delusional and stuff like that. And I was pretty shocked, because I'm just like, I never would have thought that like she didn't seem delusional to me, because I'm not on Andrea's lives like that. Maybe if I saw her lives a lot, like I would have been more clocking her tea. Like the drama she has been spreading, like, dramatically. Like, it's so dramatic now that I think about it. And when I see all the TikTok clips of like Andreas is like saying like, oh, is Rob a good kisser? And like she just turns around and she's like, yes, and she's like smiling. I'm like, is this really showing how like delusional she is and like so dramatic she is? And now I'm actually scared for her. Like, I feel bad for her. Like, when she comes to the reunion, will all these cast members be side-eyeing her? Like, will all these cast members be side-eyeing her left and right and clocking her tea, asking her all these questions? And it's just so like crazy to me. So yeah, that was interesting how like Andrea's demeanor changed when she saw how big Leah became outside of the villa. But before Andrea left the villa and had all these interviews, right after she got dumped from the villa, she was like, just so what is it? Like, she was just so rude against Leah, and she was like, I didn't even want to take my Joe because Janae would throw some shit at me. She was also throwing some shit at Janae, and she was like, I didn't even want to take like I forget. No, it wasn't my Joe. It was Kenny. But yeah, she was saying like, I didn't want to take my Joe. She was also throwing shade at Leah, which leads me to another video that Kane made today. But I'm just like, everybody is clocking Andrea's tea, and I did not know that Andrea would be the real villain on this show. And I'm always wrong with who is the villain on every single dating reality TV show. I was literally wrong with Love is Blind as well. But like, I thought Andrea would not get a villain edit because Andrea portrayed me as someone who was a goody two shoes, who was not trying to step on anybody's toes. And then when I see all these TikToks about her, like spreading drama towards cast members, talking all this mess, I should have watched that after some interviews to see how much Andre did not like Leah like that, and then to turn around and be all fake to Leah out of the villa when she sees that like Leah is blown up and stuff like that. And I just kind of feel bad for her. I'm just like, what in the world is happening? Like, I never thought Andrea never gave to pick me. Andrea really gave like she knew her worth, and like I was following her and I was like, oh, like I really like Andrea. But now I'm just like, like you're fake, like you're two-faced. But yeah, that was kind of shocking to me. Then I saw a TikTok. I saw a whole TikTok of basically Kane like calling Andrea delusional, because Andrea was like saying that like she could possibly take Miguel, like Mijo, which is Leah's man that she's currently with. And here's my thing. If it was me and I knew that somebody was already coupled up, I'm not going to go on live and be like, yes, I could possibly still take their man. Because it's just like, no. Then it's like, are you trying to say that like Leah and Maja's relationship is kind of fake? Like, I honestly just don't get that as like a viewer. And basically Kane was like, wait.
I don't know. I really think
How about you getting now?
Wait.
Wells' head is going to turn. I think so.
So yeah, basically Andrea was saying that like Majo's head is gonna turn, and she was like, yeah, I think Majo's head is gonna turn on live. And then you got Kane.
I don't know. I really think.
How about you getting now mentioned in this? Come on, Andrea, darling. It's only me who's allowed to say Miguel. I got the okay. You did not. Okay, bye.
And it's just like the way how Majo had to clock Andrea's tea. I mean, the way how Kane, I'm getting all these names messed up, but the way how Kane had to clock Andrea's tea and put Andrea basically in her place about like, hey, like, you're not the one, like, he is not yours, basically. Like, Kane was throwing a lot of shade towards Andrea, which as he should, but now I'm just like, is Andrea not like? And then I also heard that like all the PPG girls unfollowed Andrea, which to me was also kind of crazy to me. I'm just like, I'm imagining myself like if I was on a reality show and I have my cast members unfollowing me and stuff like that. I mean, I'm gonna question myself, like, am I doing something wrong on my part? And it's like now you have Kane clocking your tea left and right about like what he's saying, and you had Leah clocking your tea about like the whole like I'm taking Majo, and then like Leah was like, I'll let Andrea take him, yeah, like then take him. But then Janae and Serena was like, oh, in the interview Janae and Serena was like, oh, but Andrea's gonna have to go through us first to like take Majo, whatever, because Leah must be like too easy-handed to like let Majo go to Andrea. Like, I don't know, but it seems like that Janae and Serena also have to like stand up for Leah when it comes to like being basically hurt by Andrea of like what she's saying on live, what she was saying on those interviews, and then she gonna try to like switch it up at the reunion and be like, oh, I'm so sorry, put on like, you know, like the whole like pleasing like I'm sorry apology. Like I don't know, but now I'm like, is everyone gonna be clocking Andrea's tea at the reunion? Like to me, that's just crazy. And honestly, I'm just like I thought that Andrea was not going to be a villain. The reason why I'm making this video, because I'm just like, this whole time, I'm thinking that Andrea was like this good girl, you know, this good person that like just was trying to be good, not try to step on any of her friends' shoes. And also, I was actually shocked when Andrea got dumped from the villa. I thought that Nicole would get dumped because like it just like she didn't really have a genuine connection with Kendall. And to this day, I still think that Nicole should have gotten dumped from the island, because when I see like her and Kendall after the show, it still gives like they're like not together really. Like I think maybe they only lasted like a week after the show. Like I don't even see Nicole and Kendall together like that, which I'm also like, the tea after this whole finale like is so shocking and crazy to me. That's why I'm like, I really thought that like the way like what I thought would happen after the show was not on my radar, I guess. So now I'm just like, okay, I gotta make this video to like try to see, like to clock every single thing I'm seeing on TikTok news, everything like that. But that's kind of crazy as well how like Serena and Janae have to like stick up for Leah when like Andrea is throwing shade at Leah. And I'm just like, Andre, did you not know that like Leah would call you out on it? Like, I don't know. I think I'm gonna do another video where I also talk about like Kayla and like how she's also distancing herself from Aaron. So I'm now starting to see that all the like a lot of couples are starting to like distance from each other besides Kenny and Janae and Serena and Cordell. I know they're gonna stick together for life. At first, I wasn't really falling for Kenny and Janae, but now I'm just like, they seem real genuine. Like they seem like they're gonna actually go somewhere like with this whole relationship. But like I feel like that I still to this day think that episode Nicole should have gotten dumped from the villa, because it's just like she was not genuine. Like she literally was not genuine with Kendall the whole show. And even there's tweets like saying that like Nicole is like the biggest scammer and stuff like that, which I believe that too. And I think that Andrea should have stayed in the villa, but she should have not went too far about like believing that Leah took the backseat and was the one that actually made her go home instead of like everybody else making the decision with her. But it's just like, I think Andrea went too far with like how things went with like the whole vote and stuff like that. And honestly, I gotta say that I'm no longer Team Andrea anymore. I'm no longer Team Andrea. Call me out on it if you want. But yeah, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share. I think I may do 2 more videos on Love Island, the reunion, and then also about Kayla and Aaron, and like what I suggest that Kayla should do with Aaron based off what I've been seeing by the TikTok comments and just the TikTok videos, and also the Kayla and Aaron's interviews. And also I heard something that like Kayla saw the casa for the first time with her friends, and like saw like what Aaron was doing, and she reacted to it, and now she's thinking differently about Aaron, and now she may take a backseat on like dating Aaron. And also now her and Aaron are just talking, which is also kind of shocking to me. I thought they would be still dating, but that's also kind of shocking tea for me. I'm gonna review that. I'm gonna do a whole nother video on that. But make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.